Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, I'm sure you all saw the title, it's bullying. Well, this video means a lot to me. First of all, I decided to do it not because of anything, it's just because sometimes I just sit and see how many followers I have, how many people listen to what I have to say, so I thought that maybe I should use this platform in a good way and maybe share my experience and, let's talk about it. Well, first of all, bullying. I'm sure when you saw the title, you were like, oh my god, you've never been bullied before. I'm 100% sure most of you said that, but let me tell you this. First of all, my name is Yusuf Salma. Yusuf Salma was not born Yusuf Salma, the one you know. You see, I was privileged enough to study at the best schools in Lebanon, the best, crème de la crème, if you want in French. But I was always different. I was always the guy who was darker than the others. I was the guy who was always pushed away. I was always the guy who was kicked out of class, even by my teachers, because I was from different religion, different color, different race, so on and so forth. But when I was young, I used to hate myself. I really used to hate myself. I switched around 9 schools. By the age of 12, I changed 9 schools. And by the way, I just really need to make sure that you understand that I'm not doing that because I want your sympathy. I'm just gonna make a good message out of it. And it's no shame to share the following. Well, when I was in school in Lebanon, being from a different religion and different color, kids used to be, oh my god, don't even touch him, because if you touch him, you'll get all dirty and shit. Just because my color is different, 50 shades of Yusuf. I was darker than the others, and I was not, similar. So bullying come in different, how can I say this? Different places, different ways, different types. When I was young, I used to get my ass kicked at school. I'm not exaggerating, every fucking day. By teachers, students, everyone. I used to go back home and I'd be like, Mom, you know what? I'm never going back to school. And I actually stopped 1 year of school in my life. It was grade 6. And just go home, cry, hate myself. I didn't actually play with the kids because they didn't let me in. But my mom used to tell me, hey Yusuf, you're not different. Maybe you are, but you're a kid and you're allowed to be happy. Don't worry, Mom, it's just kids, you're not mature. When you grow up, it will be different. Well, guess what? I grew up and I became the guy you're watching now. And I still do remember the first day of my university. I was super excited. I was super happy. And I was I wanted to start a new chapter in my life. Even though, the past 4 years at school, I was the cool guy, but still, I was I needed this, new chapter in my life. I needed this. So I remember coming to my uni the first day. I love my uni, the best education, the best teachers ever, but I'm talking students-wise. So I remember going to uni that day, and the moment I stepped in, oh my god, did you see this fag on Instagram? He's with us at the uni, and I was oh shit, it's happening again. Or when I passed by next to someone, oh my god, did you see him? He's so fake, he's so gay, he's. So I went back home and I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to my university anymore. And she's like, you want to run again?
Only the names have been changed.
Maybe this is the first time I shared that much, but you know what? I sat with myself and I thought about it. When I was young, people didn't like me because of the way I look. When I grew up, people still didn't like me, but not because of the way I look. It's just because I learned that when kids hurt you, they're kids. When grown-up hurt you, they know what they're doing. Again, bullying comes in different forms. That day, when my mom told me, you want to run again, I decided that I don't want this. I have to be strong. And that's when I became the guy you're watching now. But let me tell you this, whoever watching this, let me tell you, if you're bullying someone without even you acknowledging the idea that you are, when you come to a kid and tell him, hey, you're so skinny, well, guess what? They know they're skinny. You know what? Like we know, like when someone approaches me and be like, Yusuf, you're so skinny. Well, I am aware of that, but it's either I'm happy with it or I can't change it. When you go to a girl and say, hey, you're so fat, oh my god, then well, she knows she's fat. She knows she's maybe fuller than you are. When you hear a girl laughing out loud or like a girl holding a cigarette, oh my god, she's such a bitch. Well, guess what? No, she's not. It's you that you're sick. That doesn't make her a bitch or make like just because someone doesn't live up to your expectations, that doesn't mean that you should make their life miserable. And a lot of people's power comes from hurting other people, and this is no power. Hate is no opinion. Making someone feel bad about themselves is no opinion. I mean, can you just imagine for 1 second the moment you heard someone with an act or a saying or whatever? Do you imagine that each and every one of us, and I'm sure you all would understand that we all have this thing at our house and at our life, we all have different problems. So just let me say this: I'm from someone coming from someone who dealt with bullying most of his life and still do every day. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna stop because we are full of, how can I say this? Most of us are psychos. Humans are psychos. We all have those parts in us where we have this low self-esteem that we feel that it will only get better if we make fun of other people or make other people sad. Just because we're stronger, maybe we're better, just because we think we're better. Well, let me tell you this. If I can, I'm doing this video for one purpose, and let me tell you what it is. Stop telling people how to live. If you hit someone because you don't like the way they look, you're weak. You wanna know why? Because the moment you hit someone just because you don't like the way they look, it shows the exact same second how sick you are and how much you need and how much attention you need. Bullying is something not cool. Not everyone would look alike. Not everyone would feel the same. Not everyone would say the same stuff. But just let's accept each other the way we are. I mean, I get called gay all the time. I used to be offended to a level where I used to cry my eyeballs off, even not so long ago, maybe 6 months ago, when I first started my uni. But you know what? Who said gay, first of all, is an insult? Second of all, okay, fine. Don't let people get you. You ask me most of the time, how can I have what you have? You know, the fame and lights and stuff. Well, I believed in me. Yusuf believed in Yusuf. If you believe in you, if you know the you power you have, people will even family members. When I decided to go at my uni and they were like, what you're majoring in? And I was like, radio TV, I'm gonna be a director one day. And they were like, you're going to uni to play with the camera. Why don't you be a doctor or something? And now I'm the most loved person at my family, they're all like, oh my god, Yusuf Salma is my cousin, he's my brother. And I'm like, oh really? I am. Now I am. So let me tell you this. Please, whoever watching this, you've bullied someone. I'm 100% sure. We've all been there, done that. But bullying doesn't mean that you only hit someone or. The moment you judge someone by their appearance, the moment you make someone feel bad about themselves so you can feel good about yourself, it shows how not so good of a person you are. And you don't want to do that. So again, coming from someone who's been bullied most of his life, just because of the way he looks. As a kid, an 8-year-old guy is being kicked by 11 students just because of his race, religion, or color. And that is not acceptable. If you think about it, most of the kids I know, or I used to know, who bullied me, are now the weakest people in the society. You wanna know why? Because they didn't have enough self-confidence to do what they want. Understand this. If someone told you that you heard about this guy who committed suicide, or this girl who committed suicide just because you called her a bitch, or just because you called him a fag, or just because you called them poor or rich or black or white or gay or Muslim or Jewish or Christian. Well, I absolutely admit that we didn't even have a choice, about how we want to look or what's our race or religion. But we do have a choice on how we want to live. And let me tell you this, the stronger the better. I'm not telling you that I still do get sometimes pissed because people shit talk me, but you know what? You should talk me. You say whatever you want about me. But deep inside, I'm a nice guy, I'm a simple guy, I'm doing what I love. Because I can't just live to please you. And that's how you should think. The only reason I'm doing this video is because it hurts me that sometimes I hear like there's this one guy in my family who committed suicide just because his family and his friend used to call him fat. Can we just accept the idea that we should see beyond that? What's in here? What's in here? If judging people gives you happiness, you need to change your happiness. If hurting people and making people cry can make you happy, and even most of the time our family members, uncles, aunties, cousins, sometimes they do judge us. We all have this shit in our families. This talk about that and that talk about this, and we speak. This non-ending process. Bullying comes in different shapes. If you want to change that, start by you. By you being a good person. By you being sincere. By you being honest. By you just loving people for who they are. You don't have to love them, you just leave them alone. Don't hurt people. Because if you think about it, you tell someone something that you would be dead if someone told you. But you say it anyway because we don't care. You don't care as much to actually appreciate what you have and just let people live their life. You just want to judge someone to make them feel bad because it makes you feel good. So bullying is hate, and hate will never, ever be an opinion. At the end, I hope you guys understood what I said. I'm not gonna say loved or enjoyed what I said. No, understood what I said and understood how serious this is. Me sharing what I said about my personal life is just aiming for a change, me aiming for help, me aiming for someone to look at this and say, you know what, I should change myself by doing this and this and this, or stop doing this and this and this. That was it. You're beautiful just the way you are. You're perfect just the way you are. With all your flaws, with your skin color, with your skin tone, with your religion, with your accent, with your everything about you is unique. There will be better than me and you, but no one can ever be you because you're original, you're unique, you are your own limited edition. That was Yusuf Salmo. That was the bullying video. I hope, again, it made a change. I'll see you next week with a new video, new subject. It's gonna be so much fun. If you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe for more. Please put your feedback in a comment and put a thumbs up if you like it, and if you don't, of course you would. So that was it, guys. I'll see you next week with a new video. God's grace, spread some good vibes, and spread some love. I'll see you next week. Bye.